All right. So, welcome, Mr. Mark Shunock, to the Socially Distant Show. We're so excited to have you.
Finally, I'm excited to be here. Finally.
Yay. So, we're going to hop right in. So, can you tell us a little bit just about yourself, where you're from, how you got into entertainment, and how you wound up in Vegas?
Wow. How much time do we have? I'm originally from Canada, a small town in Sault Ste. Marie, a small town called Sault Ste. Marie. It's about 5 hours north of Detroit, Michigan.
Okay.
Like everybody else there, I wanted to play hockey as a kid. I played as long as I could. And then I ventured to New York City. I spent almost 10 years in New York. I got very good at subletting my apartment and just sort of taking theater jobs wherever I could. From there, I moved to Los Angeles. I was in LA for a little while. Did some theater there, did some movies that will remain nameless, TV commercials. Again, whatever you could get your hands on, you did, kind of thing. I waited tables, bartended, ran the door at a nightclub, whatever I could do to just sort of keep my days free to audition for projects. Went on tour with the Lion King, came back from that, and then Rock of Ages called, and that's how I got to Vegas. Rock of Ages was like, hey, do you want to come to Vegas? And I was like, sure, I'll do 6 months to a year, and I've been in Vegas 8 years now. So that's my
Well,
path
that's
to Vegas.
amazing. That's
Yeah, it's fun.
awesome. Rock of Ages is, I think, my favorite show of all time. I think I saw it 11 times because my best friend Dana was in it with you. Yeah, huge
Yeah,
fan.
it was a
Huge
fun
fan.
show to be a part of, and still, anytime you're part of a show that runs for a long time, you end up developing amazing relationships and family members from that show. Like dear friends. I did it for 3 years at the Venetian, and we were spoiled to be able to perform on that property. And they had renovated a theater for us. It was a brand new room, and it was a
That's
lot
so
of fun.
incredible to have that experience under your
It was a
toolbox.
lot of fun.
That's awesome. So moving on. So you kind of already answered this. Where could we see you performing and entertaining prior to the pandemic happening?
Yeah, wherever and anywhere, really. Before Vegas, it was one of those things. You're in the business and you're auditioning, you're keeping your days free, so you're doing whatever kind of gig you can. But I was in LA prior to Rock of Ages, and I love it there. I don't miss the traffic, but I do love Los Angeles. And I love New York as well. People always ask, hey, would you like one more than the other? I love them, equally. They're completely different, and they both hold such tremendous places in my heart. I grew up in New York. I moved there when I was 19 years old. And I think I learned my way in Los Angeles. So they were two completely different experiences in terms of career finding. But home now is Vegas, and we're spoiled here. The lifestyle is fantastic. Your money goes a lot farther than either New York or LA, and if you need to get back to either, it's very quick. It's a quick flight to New York, and even faster flight to Los Angeles, and I do that a lot. So it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun.
That's awesome. So can you tell us about how you got the idea for Monday's Dark, and then how did the space come about out of that?
Yeah, so Monday's Dark came not long after we opened Rock of Ages here in Vegas. I tell this story a lot, and I find that Vegas is red carpet happy, as I'm sure you're aware. They'll put a red carpet out for the opening of Applebee's in Summerlin. That's my
As
go-to.
they should. It's Vegas.
Yeah. So there's a red carpet everywhere, and part of the particulars with Rock of Ages was we had to attend a lot of these red carpets, and I never really understood why. It was new for me. I'd have to go to the Venetian, put on my 80s costume, and go take a picture at an event. And we didn't even stay. We just literally took a picture and left. And so I thought there might be a better way for the entertainment community to raise money for these organizations that we were sort of making appearances at.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how Monday's Dark was born. The name comes from the fact that the schedule is traditionally dark. Broadway's normally dark on Monday, and we were following the Broadway schedule when we first opened. And so we just started. I said, hey, would you come and do this thing if I tried something on a Monday night, and we'll give the money away? And rest is history. It's over 6 years old now. Our goal has always been to raise $10,000 in 90 minutes. We've partnered with over 100 local charities. They've all received $10,000. We've raised over $1 million. And, it's just this goofy Vegas underground variety show. You know, you never know what really is going to happen, but at the end of the day, you know that your $20 ticket went to a great place.
Absolutely. That's so incredible to raise that kind of money for every single charity you've done. Like, that's insane.
It's, you know,
um,
it's a testament to the entertainment community. You know, the entertainers that donate their time to show up and perform, because without them, you know, Monday's Dark really doesn't exist. So it's been a blessing to meet not only all the charities that we've helped, but all the entertainers now reach out and say, hey, I want to do that. I've heard about Monday's Dark. I want to do it. You know, I'll come after my show and get on stage. So it's been great to have the support of our city's entertainment family.
Absolutely. That's amazing. And then, so how did you come up, A, with the telethon in general, and then B, how did you get so much talent on board and get it organized so quickly?
That's a good question. I guess just luck. The idea just basically came from what I was just talking about. You know, the entertainment community is going through it just like everybody else right now. So with the closures of all these buildings and work and the stay-at-home order means nobody's performing. You know, television in California has stopped, filmmaking, Broadway in New York is dark, and all of the shows and casinos and stages here in Las Vegas are dark. So what I was saying earlier, you know, Monday's Dark is because of all the entertainers in town giving their time and talent. It was an easy decision to make. It was just, hey, we're going to return the favor. We had to cancel 2 of our events, our regularly scheduled events. So I was like, let's do a live stream and we'll raise the money for our entertainment community. The challenge was finding a partner, because Monday's Dark doesn't decide who gets money. It's just the board of directors decides on the charity. They pick the charity that we partner with, and then we give the money to the charity to do what they want with. So we had to find an organization that understood what it meant to have a life in entertainment. And so the Actors Fund has been around for over 100 years. It's what they do. They take care of the entertainment community, all walks, hair and makeup, wardrobe department, crew, actors, dancers, singers, musicians. It doesn't matter. If you're in entertainment, the Actors Fund takes care of you. So I reached out to them and I said, hey, I want to do this thing for the entertainment community, but I need your word that and a guarantee that whatever we raise will stay here in Las Vegas, because up until this point, every dollar that Monday's Dark has ever raised has been for a local charity. And once they agreed to it, then it was off to the races, right? And we announced the Actors Fund, I believe, on the 8th or 9th of April.
Mm-hmm.
And we had about 2.5 weeks to put this together. And I basically just got on the phone. And I have a great team. Like, our team is tiny, but everybody sort of stays in their lane. That's the term we use at Monday's Dark. Everybody stays in their lane and they do their job. So, you know, I had one person dedicated to making sure the live stream element of Monday's Dark went off. I had our social media team making sure that all of the social was being handled. I had production making sure that behind the scenes production was being handled. I had somebody collecting all the videos that were coming in from all the talent. And then basically I put together the lineup, how it was structured, and who was in, you know. And that's the toughest part, you know, because everybody deserved to be a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
But that would have been a 24-hour telethon.
Oh, wow. So you had to actually cut people from this. It was so big, kind of.
Well, not necessarily cut people, but, you know, people were reaching out saying, hey, I want to participate. How can I be in it? Can I help? Can I sing a song? And the requests were endless. So, you know, we just had to
you had to have like a deadline.
Yeah, we were at some point we were just like, hey, we've already reached a 6-hour window. And you know, looking back on it now, there was a couple people in the lineup that got bumped in terms of where they were scheduled to appear. They still appeared. Everybody that was advertised appeared, just not necessarily where they were supposed to fall in the lineup. But when you're doing a live event for 6.5 hours, and that's the only thing that goes wrong, our team takes that as a win.
Yeah, that's a huge accomplishment. You guys are just incredible. I was watching it as well from home. Like, it's just, I can't believe some of those people that were on there. Like, it was like Vegas royalty, and
Fun.
it's just amazing.
Again, I think it's a testament to the Monday's Dark team. You know, my name is in the title, and that's great. But Monday's Dark is really made up of, you know, we have a board of directors. There's 7 members on the board. There's a small production crew that helps produce each event. So, you know, there's about 15, 16 people that make up the company, you know, because it really is a company. It's a board of directors run amazing organization that helps, dedicated to helping people. And I'm just fortunate enough to be, the host of the show. So it's grown to a point where, I come in sometimes and I'm learning things that the board has done or people on the team have done. And it's been a fantastic ride.
Wow, that's awesome. So you obviously you made sure the money is going to go towards the Vegas performing community. So for someone that's just now watching this and they're a performer and they're like, oh wait, how can I apply for that money? Like, is there a place they can go, and how would they do that?
Yeah, it's simple. It's actorsfund.org. It's all over my social. It's on our Monday's Dark website. Just click on the page, and the process is very, very simple. They've streamlined it. Like I said, they've been doing this for over 100 years. So we really picked the right partner to
Great.
sort of help expedite. Now, mind you, just like anything else, unemployment or government assistance, everybody's being inundated right now with requests. So patience is key. But one of the things that I want people to understand is that just because we raised $122,000 doesn't mean that's all that's coming to Las Vegas. The Actors Fund has a $1,000 flat grant program. So they distribute money $1,000 at a time. So you don't get more, you don't get less, everybody gets the same. So that's 122 people in Las Vegas that are going to get assistance because of Monday's Dark. But obviously, there's well more than 122 people in Las Vegas in the entertainment community that need assistance right now. And one of our biggest goals was just raising awareness that an organization like this exists so that you can learn about it, go on their website, apply for assistance, because I can guarantee you way more than 122 people are going to receive assistance from the Actors Fund during this crazy time that we're living through, if they have not already. So we're going to release reports and updates from the Actors Fund throughout the next couple of weeks to show what zip codes have received support, because it's important to us. Like I said, every dollar we've ever raised has stayed here in Vegas. And this is probably the most important money that we've ever raised as an organization for Vegas, because it's for our entertainment community. And, Monday's Dark is the entertainment community. We don't exist without it.
Absolutely. And so I just read an article Johnny Katz wrote about you and the whole thing. And he mentioned that you might be heading up the start of a Vegas branch for Actors Fund. Can you tell us anything more about that?
Yeah, it's been hinted at. We had a conversation. I think it's time that the Actors Fund had a full-time presence in Las Vegas. And I think what we've done with Monday's Dark sort of helps that in their mind. We've proven to them that there's a need for support here, and that our entertainment community is very, very special. It's something that I don't necessarily know I have the time for, but if the request came through, I would definitely take a hard look at it, because I'm passionate about this. Obviously I've spent 6 years of my life with an organization that I truly believe in is doing some great work for local organizations. And to be able to have the opportunity to establish the Actors Fund in Las Vegas is something that I think is needed. I think it's very special. And whether it's myself or somebody else, I would just like to be in on those conversations when they're had. So yeah, it is in the works. And I know that the Actors Fund is planning a trip once the sort of stay-at-home orders for both California and Vegas are lifted. We're going to have a face-to-face sit down at the space. We're going to talk more about Monday's Dark, and obviously talk more about the Actors Fund. And I'm just excited to learn more about what they do, because I know just from being in the business for over 20 years, it was a proud moment when you join Actors Equity Association or the Screen Actors Guild, because you always knew that the Actors Fund was right behind there for your support. So it's a big deal, I think, for Las Vegas. We're gig workers here. We're all 1099 gig employees, and you're hearing the media talk about how difficult it's been, and not just the media, social media, people actually talking about how difficult it's been if you're a 1099 employee or a gig worker trying to get assistance. So with all of these elements, with what's going on right now, I think it's even more important that conversation is had. So yes, there is some truth to the fact that there's conversation started, and we'll see how it plays out. But I definitely want to keep that conversation going, because I think the Actors Fund deserves to have a home in Las Vegas.
I agree with you 100%. That would be so incredible. We really, really, really need it. So what's next for you, and how do you think Vegas entertainment can adapt to survive this right now?
Next for me is just hoping to go back to work like everybody else. My primary source of revenue comes from the sporting world right now, through Top Rank Boxing and ESPN, and then obviously locally here with the Vegas Golden Knights. So, I'm optimistic that we might see some hockey later this summer. I'm keeping my fingers crossed.
Me too.
So, yeah, that's pretty much what's next for me. Is I'm just waiting like everybody else. I think entertainment, live gatherings for entertainment might take its lead off of sports. I think once the National Basketball Association, the National Hockey League decide how they're going to finish their seasons that are sort of postponed right now, I think sort of the entertainment community will follow suit there as well. But I think those will be the last two sort of elements to sort of be given the green light, sports and entertainment, just because there's such mass outings that until I think there's a vaccine or more testing, I'm not sure people are going to feel comfortable going into a room with 18,000 people or 1,000 people into a theater, or 500 for that matter. I want to reopen the space and start holding concerts and events again, but I don't know how people are going to feel 300 people in a room. So until there's a vaccine or a test made readily available, I don't see sports or entertainment going back anytime soon. I'm optimistic it will, but I think that's all dependent on testing and a vaccine.
Absolutely. And so finally, do you have an inspirational message for those watching right now?
I don't know. I think just to be inspirational, no, I don't think there's anything inspirational. I just stay positive, stay home, and enjoy this time. We work so hard in this country. People in the United States, Canada, are very hardworking, loyal people that bust their ass regardless of what they do. And I think take the time to just enjoy your loved ones, your family, assess your priorities and values in life, and see where you can trim the fat when we go back to normal, and trim the fat meaning, hey, I was doing this before and maybe I don't necessarily need to do that. I know that's something that my wife and I are looking at, because we're constantly doing stuff. That's one thing we realized, that, and a lot of people say this when they go on vacation. It takes me the first 3 days of my vacation to finally relax. And it's because we're constantly doing things. And one of the things that I've enjoyed the most is being able to work from home. I'm still producing Monday's Dark events and philanthropy and working on things like that. But I'm just really enjoying the time at home and the sort of unplugging a little bit, where I'm not always in front of my computer. I'm not always looking at my phone. I'm trying to play with the dogs more. And I think they're getting sick of me. They're asking me to go away. They're like, Dad, just go out. You're home too much. So I think that's the message. It's just, hey, we are going to get through this. We are going to go back to work. Things will become the new normal, whatever that is. But you might as well enjoy this while you can. And, I know a lot of people are struggling financially, as we all are. I am as well. And but there's nothing you can do about it. And I think that's the thing to always remember, is it's just completely out of our control. There's really nothing we can do about it at this point. So we might as well enjoy the wave and ride it and come out of it stronger when we can.
Nice. That's absolutely amazing. And I agree with that. And my dogs are sick of me too, I think. So thank you so much for taking the time and chatting with us and giving us some information for our viewers and our performers, so they can reach out to the Actors Fund. And what's going to be next for Monday's Dark? Where can we follow you guys online?
Well, mondaysdark.com is our website, at Mondays Dark Vegas on Facebook, at Mondays Dark on the other platforms. This Monday, we go back to work. So Monday, we're going to live stream an event for Boys Town, which is an amazing local organization here, helping families and foster kids and so many great programs. Because we have the live stream capability at the space, there's no reason for us to stop supporting our local charities. So it's proven that it works. We turn it on, we tell people when to tune in, and the actors and entertainers and singers, dancers all donate their time for this stuff. We're socially distant, nobody's coming to the space. We're playing clips, I'm hosting. And so Monday, we're going to resume our regularly scheduled programming for Monday's Dark. So the calendar that's on our website, we're going to stick to it. We've had 21 charities on the books for 2020, and we're going to try and get through all of them, even though this crazy time's happening. So this Monday, 8 o'clock Pacific, we're live streaming Another Monday's Dark for Boys Town, and it's all Elton John music. So it's gonna be a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. Very cool. Well, I'm going to let you head off and enjoy your weekend. And thank you so much again.
No, thank you so much for what you're doing. Your show's great. You help us get the word out, and keep doing what you're doing. And it's been a pleasure to be on.
Thank you. I'll talk to you soon, Mark.
Thanks.
All right. Bye.